might be premature after one test, but do you feel you've found a top three that can be a long-term top three for the Australian team?
Yeah, early signs would suggest yes. I think we've known Burnsy's a quality opening batter for a long time. It's great to have him back in the side. I think he's got a great combination happening with Davey, and the same, I think Marnus was given some opportunities 18 months ago when some people probably thought he shouldn't have, but obviously the selectors saw the talent that he had, and he's taken the experience he learnt then from Test cricket, gone to England, got even better, come home from Australia, looks like he's got better again. So we're really happy with the top three in this game. One innings doesn't make a summer, but we're really happy with the positive signs that we saw.
And having that stability, I guess it's something that the team hasn't had for quite a long time. But as obviously their form will be part of it. But do you think that there needs to be a concerted decision to sort of pick and stick with a lot of these guys?
Yeah, I think. Well, obviously every time you pick, you want to be able to stick. I think it's been hard to have stability because we haven't been performing as well as we would have liked. We started to in England a little bit. England's a tough place to bat, so I think that there's always going to be a little bit of up and down with your results over there as a batting group. But I think we've nutted out a pretty good group at the moment, a group that can still get a lot better as well, which is a really pleasing thing.
Still looking at a squad approach with the bowlers, and so Pattinson comes into contention to possibly play that test.
Yeah.
Difficult to get. You'd have to be pretty happy with the way the blokes you had went.
Yeah, I thought our bowlers in this game were terrific to take 20 wickets again inside 4 days. I think that the squad that was named was for the first 2 tests, so we'll get to Adelaide, have a look at the conditions. Got the pink ball as well, so that'll come into consideration. I thought the 4 that played in this game bowled really, really well.
Tim, how much does the pink ball factor? Is it tweaks or is it drastic changes? And is that I'm talking in terms of strategy for you as a captain and also for your bowlers?
No, not too much. I think it's still a game of cricket. Still, certainly I think there's going to be times during the game where tactics might be slightly different. Day, night, wait and see on the wicket. See, how the ball handles it, whether the ball goes soft and old and it's hard work, or if it's going to nip around for the whole game. So, I think it's exciting. There's going to be different challenges for batters and bowlers and fielders. It can be hard to see at times as well. So, I think it's a great new concept. It's exciting to play in this Test match. Everyone's looking forward to it, but we know it's a completely different beast.
Those 3 quicks have at different times done really well with the pink ball. Are you sort of excited by the prospect of handing the ball a pink ball this time around?
Yeah, when you've got those 3 fast bowlers and Nathan Lyon, it's always exciting regardless of the colour of ball. Again, we'll look at the wicket because we know we've got a long summer. But as I said, I thought the 4 of them bowled superbly, and as you touched on, they've all done very well in the pink ball Test matches in the past.
How's Marnus been since his breakthrough innings?
He hasn't changed, which is I'm not sure that's a good thing. But no, look, our whole group was obviously really pleased to see him get his first Test 100. He's a terrific teammate. He works his backside off. He gives the group great energy out on the field. He gives us great energy off the field. He's a good man to have in your team and a good man to have around your change room. So, we're rapt to see him do well. He's got some improvement left in him as well, which is awesome. I think he's only just turned 25, so it's pretty exciting to have a number 3 that's playing as well as he is at this age.
Tim, you faced a fair bit of Mohamed Abbas in the UAE last year. Were you surprised that he didn't play here, or can you see in terms of the difference in conditions between Australia and there why they went another way?
I was pretty happy he didn't play, if I'm totally honest. I thought in the UAE on wickets it offered him absolutely nothing. He somehow made it move, so I think he probably would have been a handful out there. Having said that, I think they said he might have been under an injury cloud, or he hasn't been bowling at his absolute best. So, we'll wait and see. I'm sure he'll be looked at pretty closely for the next Test match. And as I said, our guys have seen him play and know what to expect and know how good he is.
And just in terms of how Pakistan, I guess, came into this game, obviously you were able to sort of grab the second session of the match by the scruff of the neck and sort of carry that advantage on from there. But they looked to improve as the game went on. They got a bit tighter with the ball and obviously batted very well in the second innings. Do you think they'll present a greater challenge, I guess, across the whole game in Adelaide, the way they're tracking?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I think for subcontinent teams to come and start at the Gabba, we touched on it last year with Sri Lanka, it's a very difficult place to adapt to quickly and be able to handle the pace and bounce. So having said that, they have come from Perth, so they've experienced a little bit, but not against Stark, Cummins and Hazelwood, which is a different kettle of fish. But I think we saw the quality in their side. They did adapt to the conditions and were getting better. So we know that they've got some quality bowling, some good pace, a world-class spinner, and some really, really talented batsmen. So we still need to be at our best to make sure we can keep on top of them.
Tim, you've often spoken about being the best wicketkeeper in the country. So do you have like a review process of every game? Like this game, there were some sharp catches, some wide, smashing your fingers. So do you sit down and how do you review? Like you're just your wicketkeeper.
I thought it was fine. I'm a human. I'm not a machine. I'm going to drop the odd ball and some are going to break through my hands, and I think every wicketkeeper that's ever played the game has had that. So I'm okay with the way I kept in this game.
No, I'm saying generally, like, do you have a process of how you review your wicketkeeping, like after a game?
Not really, no. No, it's a pretty simple thing. I try and catch the ball, and if I don't, I get disappointed, and if I do, I'm happy. That's about as much as a review as I have, to be honest. Sometimes with liner, I'll look at things, yes, but I go more off feel now. I've been doing it for a long time, and again, the challenge of the Gabba and Nathan Lyon is bounce. So there's a few little things that I try and look at, but at the end of the day, as I said, it's about catching the ball and making sure I'm in the right position.
Ben asked about the top three, but does it look like more settled slip cordon as well now? Like David Warner was at first slip during the Ashes.
Yeah.
Joe Burns has come back, took some good catches.
Yeah, Burnsy's a good slipper. Steve's obviously excellent, and so is Marnus. So, again, if we can settle our batting group down, that'll certainly help with that. Davey's moved into the gully. We'll see how he goes there. He seemed to enjoy it. He didn't move around too much. So, I think, again, the more those batters can perform consistently, the more we can settle our slip cord and the more comfortable you are with the guys next to you and the spacing that you need and the understanding. So, that's just as important for us.
Tim, you got more points today for the World Championship than you got for retaining the Ashes. Are you comfortable with the weighting of that system, and do you think it reflects the relative value of the series, I guess?
Look, I'm okay with it. I think the main thing is that now every test match counts, unless it's England and New Zealand. There's a few things. It's not perfect, but I think the players are rapt to have a Test World Cup that's up for grabs, a final that's there to be played in if you're good enough. So I think over the years the point system will improve and the consistency of it, but at the moment I think all players are just rapt that there's something in place. I think there's some small tweaks that could be made.
Do you talk about that today? You say we've got 60 points on the board? Or
We're certainly tracking it because one of our goals is to be there in I think it's June 14. So that's certainly a date in the calendar that we've put down that as a group that's our goal. We want to win Test matches and Test series and be at Lords on June 14 in 2021.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, just wanted to get you to look ahead 12 months if that's okay. And India are touring. Would you, if it was up to you, do you play them in Brisbane and make the most of that historical advantage here? Is that?
We'll be certainly trying. We'll have to run that by Virat, but we'll get an answer from him at some stage, I'm sure.
Do you think India should be in Brisbane? Is that the start of the summer?
That's where we like to start our summer, and it has been for a long, long time, except for last summer. So, as I said, we'll ask Virat, see if we can get his permission to play here, and maybe even get a pink ball test if he's in a good mood. So, we'll wait and see.
How big is the Gabba advantage, do you think, for you guys?
I think, as I said, we like playing here. Australian teams have bowled and batted well here for a long time. So, we like to start here against anyone. Having said that, it doesn't win us games of cricket. The reason we win games of cricket at the Gabba is because we outplay our opposition. So that doesn't change. Dependent on the venue. We said the same when we're in Edgbaston. At times the venue doesn't matter. It's about skill and execution. But certainly we enjoy playing here, which allows you to settle into games a little bit quicker.
Tim saw a couple of times during that game that once the ball gets soft and it's not doing much out there, that's pretty much the hardest time to make something happen. Is that a greatest sort of on-field challenge for a captain, and does having 300 runs up your sleeve help you experiment a bit more?
Yeah, I think so. I think we would have done some different things with our fields and lengths had we have been in a different position. But again, the luxury of batting really well was that we were allowed to keep slips and bowl a few more bounces and be a bit more aggressive as a bowling attack. Whereas normally, we pride ourselves on being really disciplined and executing better lengths, but at times there we thought we were 1 wicket away, so we tried a few different things to try and break that partnership. And it was hard because, as you said, the ball went soft. The wicket was very good. It didn't spin as much as it has in the past late in the game. The cracks didn't open up as much as it has in the past. And Gabba and Rizwan also batted really well, so you've got to give them some credit.
Tim, just one on Nathan. Pakistan have got a pretty good record against him, and he took obviously a pretty key wicket today. Were you satisfied, I guess, with the sorts of questions he was asking across the game relative to the conditions and the batsman? Yeah,
I thought he bowled pretty well. The wicket didn't give him a hell of a lot. Got a little bit late last night with the harder ball, but again, once the ball sort of softened, it didn't get the bounce or spin that we would have expected, perhaps in the second innings at the Gabba. But they played him okay. But again, he took some key wickets in both innings, as he always does.
Tim, as a general question, how different is your job now to what it was 12 months ago, given not just the guys who've returned, but I guess the more experience in this squad and the way this team is playing now compared to, say, when you were playing India a year ago here?
Well, not a lot's changed. I think clearly having some senior players around helps. But it's the same sort of job, I guess. Not too much has changed. I could probably say a little less because we've got some very experienced world-class players in our team that can talk about batting or bowling. But on the whole, it hasn't changed a hell of a lot.